Imagine you walk into Starbucks and right away you see this beautiful girl. She's just your type, the hair, the body type, big beautiful eyes, wonderful smile. Boom boom, your heart starts racing. Your mind starts going 100 miles an hour. You're trying to decide whether or not to talk to her. In the end, you decide, I'm gonna place my order first, then I go talk to her. You get up to the counter, you place your order. Once again, your heart boom, boom, starts racing. Your mind goes 100 miles an hour. You're trying to decide whether or not now's the right time. You decide to wait and watch because she may have a boyfriend. So you sit down, you take out your phone, you look busy. A few minutes later, you look up, she's looking in your direction, and there's that wonderful smile again. Dude, she smiled at you. Your name gets called. Your order is ready. So you stand up. You go up to the counter. They say your name one more time. Yeah, that's me. You get your cup. Wouldn't you know it, they misspelled your name. You turn. The table's empty. Quickly, you glance at the door. And you see her walking out of your life. Forever. Your heart sinks. You let another one get away. Guys, I never want that to ever happen to you again. So this video is all about how to start a conversation with a woman for shy guys. And we're starting right now. What's up guys, I'm Andres Perez and this is Be a Man TV, where I share with you everything you should know not only to be a confident man, but a confident man. If that is something that interests you, make sure to subscribe. I made a video on how to have a conversation with anyone, but I know that the hardest part of any conversation is to actually start, especially when it comes to women. So guys, this is exactly what this video is going to concentrate on, how to start the conversation and nothing else. Now I want you to keep two things in mind. One, you gotta play to win. If you can't even start a conversation with her, then it's game over. Two, women are people too. They get nervous and they get shy, just like you. They're also looking for someone to spend their time with, just like you. So there are many different ways to start a conversation. The simplest way is to simply introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Andres. What's your name? Well, nice to meet you, Alice. Do you mind if I sit here? So that one's obvious, so that one's a freebie. I'm gonna share with you 5 different ways to start a conversation with a girl you like. Tip number 1, ask a question. This is probably the easiest way to start a conversation. Let's say you're going out to meet a friend, and when you get there, there's a girl who's a friend of a friend. Luckily, your buddy is nice enough to introduce you. So you ask, hey, so where are you from? She's going to tell you where she's from, then you're going to get your opportunity to share, and the conversation is just going to develop naturally. Tip number 2, mention a mutual acquaintance. Okay, so let's change the situation a little bit. This time, you're going to a friend's house party. And you get there, you're having a good time, hanging out with your buddies. Then you get up, go to the kitchen, pour yourself a drink, and you see a girl you don't know. So you greet her, you introduce yourself, she introduces herself, and you ask, so how do you know Steve? So this is a similar situation to the first, except you don't have the benefit of already being introduced. So you're gonna have to man up on that one. But the cool thing about this tip is that because you both know Steve being the host of the party, she's gonna feel more at ease with you because y'all have something in common. Tip number 3, offer assistance. Now I know you've seen this tip play out in many different movies because it gives you the opportunity to be the hero. So here's the situation. You're at school, it's a day like any other, except today, a beautiful girl walks in and sits in the empty desk right next to you. So you lean over and say, hey, you new? I haven't seen you before. Of course she answers yes. Then you ask, do you know where your classes are at? Poor thing doesn't know. So you respond, I will pull out your schedule, let me take a look. Being the nice guy that you are, you tell her, oh, I know where this is at. I'll show you. So the bell rings, you walk her to her next class, credits roll, happy ending. Tip number 4, make a comment. So this is going to be the most difficult situation. And we're going back to Starbucks, where it all started. Except this time, you're the first one in Starbucks waiting in line when the beautiful woman walks in and stands behind you. So once again, your heart starts pumping, your mind starts racing. But you have a moment of clarity. You remember what your friend Andres told you. So you turn to her and say, "Looks like it's a long way today, but I gotta have my fix." Turns out she's a cool girl. She smiles and responds, "I know what you mean. I gotta have my frappuccino every morning." Now how you respond to that is all up to you. You can tease her about her drink choice. You can agree. You can be inquisitive. You've never had it before. Doesn't matter. The point is, the conversation has started. I saved the best for last. Tip number 5. But before I get into that, I just want to say Be a Man TV is a small channel. I only have 36 subscribers at the moment, and I'm hoping to get to 100 by the end of the year. What I want to say is thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch. It means a lot to me, but also I hope I'm helping you guys out. So what I'm going to ask is that you go down and leave a comment either on feedback or a future topic idea. That way I can give you what you want. In any case, you guys are awesome. Tip number 5, give a compliment. This is probably the best way to start a conversation because who doesn't like to get a compliment? However, it can be a little tricky. See, beautiful women are used to getting compliments. So saying, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen," she could take it or leave it. She hears it all day long. Instead, what you want to do is, first off, you want to be genuine, but you also want to be specific. "You're beautiful" is way too broad. Something like, "Are those shoes comfortable?" "Nah, I didn't think so, but I see why you wore them. They complete the outfit." Or, "Are those dinosaur earrings? That's so cool. Where'd you get them?" So you see, I'm being specific, I'm being genuine, but also make sure you follow it up with something else, rather than letting it hang with an awkward silence. Don't forget guys, to be sure your man card does not get revoked, make sure to hit the subscribe. And then hit the thumbs up button.